Sharing gifts and helping hands. We're people helping people, and we're proud that we can say we're always getting better and growing stronger every day. Taking pride in Mobile, haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. There's a feeling of excitement. You can see it everywhere. The pride of our whole region is the heartbeat that we share. The heartbeat that we share. Taking pride in Mobile. Haven't you noticed? We've got it all right here at home. Nothing can stop us. Taking pride in where we're going. Taking pride in who we are. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far. Mobile, show your pride. Together we'll go far.
Taking pride in Mobile, taking pride in Mobile. Come on, let your spirit show. Taking pride in Mobile, we're growing, shining, winning, so we're taking pride in Mobile. We're old, we're young, we're fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. We're old, we're young, fast and slow, and we love watching our future grow. Let's tell the world so they will know, and we're taking pride in Mobile. And wherever I may go, I'll tell them I'm from Mobile. Taking pride in Mobile.
The home of Glenn
Taking pride
Beck.
in
News Radio 710 WNTM.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
And watch for accidents. Schillinger Road at Howells Ferry Road, New Warrington Road at Navy Boulevard, also at Airport Boulevard at Hillcrest. And watch for congestion due to an accident I-10 West between the Baldwin Beach Express and the Loxley exit. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands. Let their sleep experts find the perfect bed to help transform your nights. They make sleep easy.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
News Radio 710. The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
This is Nick over in Fairhope. I just thought of a way to probably save Alabama millions and maybe even make $1 million. They can quit making speed limit signs and they can go down these roads and take all the speed limit signs off the road and recycle them. There ain't nobody on these roads that can reach the maximum speed limit. And if you got passed by a Silverado on 181, it means you wasn't going the speed limit. Anyway, or maybe I can just get all the signs and recycle them. War Eagle.
Message deleted. It says the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you. I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Once again, here we are together, me and you. Just the two of us here trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on in the world around us? What is going on? Now, before we get into that, I have to ask Shelby Mitchell of 95 KSJ. Shelby is in the studio right now cleaning up the studio. Now, I want to ask you, Shelby, I know why you're cleaning the studio, and that's because it's dirty.
It's gross. It's disgusting.
The question is, why did you pick right now?
I don't know.
As I walk in to begin the Uncle Henry Show.
I know.
And Shelby looks at the counter. She knows that Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry is coming in later.
Yep.
And they're going to do a show with me here this evening, talking about their business. And she found out they were coming in, so she starts cleaning right as I'm going on the air, spraying stuff into the air that I have to breathe in and get crossing COPD
your
and stuff.
lungs will be clean because it was Lysol.
Oh, that's the thing. Oh, you know what? I think President Trump endorsed that, didn't he? Once?
I think so.
Putting that
No,
in
it's so gross, and I want to make it nice for us and for your guests that are coming. And, someone else should be doing this, but since they don't and they won't, then I will be happy to.
Well, I hope you're not thinking I'm the one that needs to be in here cleaning this.
No.
I don't know. Look.
It's gross.
But again, could there have been a different time?
Probably, and I apologize, but right now I feel good. And there are I have a pinched nerve in my neck, as we've all heard about, because I won't stop talking about it. But it's been giving me a lot of you-know-what. So, but I feel really good right now. So right now, I'm going to take advantage of it and clean the studio just a little bit.
All right.
I won't do a deep clean. I'll be out of your face.
All right, okay.
Out of your hair, out of your wig in just a minute.
So, listeners, I was saying it's just me and you here together trying to figure things out, but it's me and you and Shelby. And she's in here cleaning all kind of stuff, and she sees one dirty thing, and
it's disgusting.
You have a I've met some ladies in life that when they start to clean and they see something dirty, they don't clean like, well, this is dirty, I got to clean it up. They clean with a anger, with a fury at the dirt.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel an anger toward the filth?
100%.
You do? So
it's underlying rage that I've had for about 50 years. So, yeah, there's that. And I take it out on the dirty items, and it's a win-win for everyone.
All right. Well, see, when I have to clean stuff, I feel kind of annoyed. Just kind of annoyed, and I just need to take care of this. I wish I was doing something else, but here I got to. But you're acting like this is an insult to your life.
Well,
that your family's been insulted with all this.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Lately, I kind of feel like I want to murder people, and so I take those feelings and I funnel them into cleaning, and it's a positive.
Hey. All of you out there in the different DA's offices, Uncle Henry Show podcast, if you ever need evidence against Shelby.
No.
Uncle Henry Show podcast.
I'm saying that tongue in cheek, mister.
Oh, okay. All right, well. So we're gonna still go on with the show, even though there's gonna be some cleaning going on.
I apologize.
During the early segments
but I'm
of
sorry,
the Uncle
I'm not
Henry
sorry.
Show.
Okay. Love you.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to be sorry, not sorry. All right, so Shelby Mitchell cleaning as we get underway here on the Uncle Henry Show. Now, got a lot to talk about, a lot of fun things in the news. I consider the Greenland story very fun. I enjoy that very much. But before we get to the fun stuff, some important Mobile City Council business. There was important city council business at today's Mobile City Council meeting. Mobile City Councilman Josh Woods revealed an issue. You know Josh Woods?
Josh Wood. Jock Wood.
Yes, Mobile City Councilman Josh Woods. He revealed that there was a very dangerous issue in his district, District 6, that was addressed by Public Works. Let's listen together as he thanks Public Works for helping him out.
Thank you, Mr. President. Want to say thank you, offer some thanks to Public Works Director Matt Anderson and his team. Had an issue yesterday that with a manhole, pretty weird situation. Don't know where the manhole cover went.
A pretty weird situation with a manhole. Did you hear? I didn't see this on the news. Did Fox 10 cover this? There was a weird situation with a manhole in District 6, the manhole cover was missing.
But again, they instantly responded, corrected the situation, and made it a safe area once again. But thank you for that. Their quick response to address that really meant a lot. And
it does. All right, good. I'm glad to hear this. And I would also like to thank Public Works for quick response. Just knowing that if there's a missing manhole cover, you can get quick response. And you may not understand why I feel better hearing this, but in the United States of America, in an average year, anywhere between 30 and 40 people fall in open manholes. Yes, I know you're thinking that only happens in silent movies and in cartoons. No, it happens in real life where people fall into open manholes. So I think it's wonderful that the Public Works were able to have a quick response on the missing manhole cover, and they went and solved this problem. What did Josh called it a weird?
Mr. President, wanted to say thank you, offer some thanks to Public Works Director Matt Anderson and his team. Had an issue yesterday that with a manhole, pretty weird situation. Don't know where the manhole cover went.
A pretty weird situation. A pretty weird situation. I'm glad the city got, when you pay your tax dollar, you want them to spring into action when there's something that's pretty weird. That could be dangerous, like an open manhole. I'm trying to figure out what would somebody do with one if they had a manhole like that, a manhole cover. Where would you take a cover if you were to decide to steal a manhole cover? What would you do with it? Where would you take it? Is it like an ornament in somebody's backyard in Irvington now? I mean, what? Just don't understand. Also want to thank Josh Wood for calling it a manhole and not referring to it as a person hole.
Josh Wood.
Yes, Josh Wood. Good job, Josh Wood, and good job, Public Works, on your quick response to the missing manhole cover. More after the break.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Watch for heavy congestion as you make your way into the tunnel in Mobile on westbound I-10. We've got a breakdown in the right lane, and from the eastern shore to the tunnel, it's a 17-minute delay. Also, we still have an accident on westbound I-10 approaching the Loxley exit. Watch for an accident Airport Boulevard at Hillcrest Road. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking in on the Uncle Henry Show on YouTube. I appreciate that very, very much. Let me take a quick look and see who might be commenting. Bama Big Man. Nelson. Hey, good to see Nelson. Happy New Year to you. KP of SureButter.com. The Excalibur One Force. Hello to you. The Love Freak 69. Hello to Love Freak. Who else? 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. JD. Tarzan. Larry Morting. And anybody else that is watching, thank you, and please subscribe if you can to the YouTube channel. Here we are in the commercial break. Got a few minutes left in the commercial break before I go back on the radio. I am going to try to find things to tell you about here while in the break, unless you've got some good comments for me. Okay, so Bama Big Man, manhole covers are stolen for scrap. When the people that take in scrap, are they not suspicious when a manhole cover shows up? Do they make excuses and say that we had this spare manhole cover laying around? We decided to get rid of it finally. It's been in the family for a while. All right, let's see. Yes, I want to get to some weird news for you. On Mercer Island, Washington. I don't know what it's like on Mercer Island, Washington. I'm going to imagine it's kind of like Andy Griffith in a weird way, because a couple ordered DoorDash, an elderly couple ordered DoorDash, and so the DoorDash driver was taking their DoorDash, it was burritos. They were taking their burritos to deliver them, and the police pulled over the DoorDash driver and discovered he had an outstanding warrant for his arrest. And so they arrested the DoorDash driver, but they went ahead and took the food to the delivery address. So the police on Mercer Island completed the DoorDash delivery. Now, that's either some type of Andy Griffith type of thing going on, or the police have to do DoorDash to make extra money. There's something going on there. But Mercer Island police completed a DoorDash delivery. Hello to Reagan Girl. Reagan Girl, great to see you. Happy New Year. Going to be back on the radio here in less than 90 seconds. Here's some more weird news. A chemistry teacher, Roger Benatti, in 1976, one of his chemistry students asked how long a Twinkie snack cake would last because of all the food preservatives in it. And so they went and bought some Twinkies in 1976, and this teacher put one of the Twinkies under glass. He encased it in glass, and now, 50 years later, it's still there, under glass. And the teacher says that there are some similarities between the Twinkie and himself, saying that the Twinkie is just like him now, old, gray, and flaky. But the Twinkie's still there. I'm going to be back on the radio here in just a moment.
All the online stories mainstream media ignores by listening to the Brad vs. Everyone podcast on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. We have news headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Before we get to the news headlines, I got more for you. From the Mobile City Council meeting. In fact, if you're driving, there are many people that listen to the Uncle Henry Show as they drive. And today, there was a speaker at the Mobile City Council meeting that really ignited my mind. Yes, my mind was ignited by this speaker. The guy was Kevin Harrison, who works for a traffic engineering firm, and he was there to let the city know that they've done a Safe Streets and Roads for All report about Mobile County. And this is all federally funded. And they now have a survey they want Mobile citizens to take. They want you to go online and take a survey where you let them know what your biggest traffic safety concerns are in town. And they're going to use this in their final report to prioritize what should and should not be done in terms of making our traffic safer in Mobile. I thought you might want to hear a little bit of this. Here is the traffic safety guy from this traffic engineering firm talking about this safety study.
I'm Kevin Harrison. I'm with Saint Associates. We're a civil engineering, traffic engineering firm. This is Monica Williamson. She is with South Alabama Regional Planning Commission, SARPC. SARPC was awarded federal funding for an SS4A program.
SS4A stands for Safe Streets and Roads for All.
Safe Streets and Roads for All. This first part of the program is a safety action plan. There's two parts to the safety action plan. One is data. There's been 71,000.
All right, now he's going to give a lot of data real quick. He's saying that there have been 71,000 car wrecks in Mobile County in the last 5 years.
1,000 crashes in Mobile County in the past 5 years. There's been 347 fatalities.
347 traffic fatalities in the last 5 years. Now, I don't doubt that, but that just kind of caught me off guard. That sounded like a high number to me. I didn't realize that many people were killed in traffic accidents locally. That's a big number.
In Mobile County. The safety action plan is for the entire county and all of its municipalities. In the past 5 years, there's been 47,000 crashes in the city of Mobile with 137 fatalities.
137 fatalities in the city in traffic accidents.
We're creating a safety action plan. We've got the data. We're looking at all the data. We're going to create a heat map of all the types of crashes. There's 28 different Federal Highway Administration countermeasures that we can apply to all the hot spots to come up with recommendations for the safety action plan. The second part is public involvement. And we've been hitting the road. We've been doing all these public engagement, trying to get surveys.
All right. There's a website where you can go and take this survey, letting them know what you think are the top traffic problems in Mobile and Mobile County.
We have a QR code, and we need your help. If you can help.
All right, they want to spread the QR code, but
it's a survey.
I'll tell you right now, you can go to mobilempo.com and find the survey. mobilempo.com. Please, I want you, if you listen to this show, then you're the kind of person I want taking this survey. Yes, I trust the Uncle Henry Show listener more than any other listener in town to correctly complete the mobilempo.com traffic survey. I think you're just a little bit, you've got more experience, more life experience than all these people that listen to all these horrible other radio stations.
2 or 3 minute survey. I've got an A-frame out in the atrium, so some of your constituents might ask you, what is this SS4A program? The safety action plan, the public comments will go into the prioritization of the projects. The second part is the implementation. So,
again, underlining the point, you fill out this survey, and it helps prioritize what will eventually get done, if anything.
So the recommendations that come out of this plan, there will be hopefully SS4A implementation grant available to the city of Mobile, $22 to $25 million to apply for some of these recommendations that come out of this plan. So we've met with city staff, and I'm just trying to present to you today what the SS4A program is. We're asking for your help. Spread it all over social media. We need as many of these comments as we can get. So with that, we've asked Thompson Engineering and CERM to help us with this program as well.
Mr. President.
Mr. Reynolds.
Ben Reynolds, Mobile City Councilman Ben Reynolds, coming in with a question.
Question about this. Will priority be given to like urban centers, or is everybody, like we have as many crashes on Airport Boulevard and other areas in the city versus say just in downtown? Will priority be given to urban centers over say more sprawl?
There's an objective formula for prioritization. It has to deal with the insurance, there's the fatalities, the type of collision, the injuries per collision. The public comments will go into the prioritization of the project. If we get 50 comments for one intersection on Airport Boulevard, well, that's going to bring up the priority than a project elsewhere.
So what I hear you down here asking us for is that there's a big pot of money that's available potentially to residents of the city of Mobile, and now's the time for the residents of the city of Mobile to identify them so that they can be addressed through some of this funding.
This is the SS4 program. We are hopeful that the Trump administration will continue the program. If so, then yes, there will be plenty of money. And this is an opportunity now for the citizens, if there's blind spots, if there's situations where there's near misses, if you know of aggressive driving, or what's more important to you, texting and driving, aggressive braking and stuff like that. That's what the survey is. That's what we need to know. There is an interactive map that allows the citizens to go on there and say, you need to look right here. This situation is going on. We have the data. We're looking at all 71,000 crashes. but we might be missing something. So what does the public think needs to make the streets safer? We want to hear from the public, and we need your all's help in doing that.
All right, so again, the website is mobilempo.org. mobilempo.org, and when you go to that website, you'll see the first link on that site says Safe Streets for All information and survey page. Click there, please. Please take the survey. I've met a lot of you over the years, and the Uncle Henry Show listeners I meet at places like Greer's St. Louis Market, and out at the flea market and other wonderful places you meet Uncle Henry Show listeners, just out into the streets, wandering the streets. You're the people that should be taking this survey. Again, mobilempo.org is where you will find the survey. And as the man says, if there's a spot in this town that you think is one of the worst intersections or anywhere near you that is a traffic issue, you can go on a map and in the survey and indicate that you want them to take a look at that particular intersection. All right, more Uncle Henry Show after the news break here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Traffic is slowing down westbound on the Bayway from the Eastern Shore to the tunnel. It's a 5-minute delay after an earlier breakdown approaching the tunnel. Watch for an accident westbound I-10 approaching the Loxley exit. An accident Airport Boulevard at Hillcrest Road. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Beau Rivage. Rodney Carrington delivers a night of outrageous comedy, hilarious songs, and unforgettable laughs. And on stage at Beau Rivage, January 23rd and 24th. Get your tickets for Rodney Carrington now at BeauRivage.com. Schedule subject to change. Some restrictions may apply.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Developing news in Mobile. Police say one person was shot today on Forest Park Drive. Police say the man was taken to a hospital where he's critical. We're told another man has been detained for questioning, and both men knew each other. Mobile Police Detective Jacob Clifford back in court for a preliminary hearing. He was arrested in Daphne last month and charged with 4 counts of sexual abuse of a child under 12 and 3 counts of sodomy. Now this is Clifford's first court appearance since being released on a bond of $500,000. Daphne police say it was back on December 4th when the department received a complaint alleging the sexual abuse of a child under 12. Now after Mobile police were notified of the arrest, Clifford was immediately placed on administrative leave. Construction of a new downtown arena remains on target for a January 2027 opening, despite some weather challenges. City Council took additional steps toward completion. The Council approved a contract worth a little more than $1 million for a dashboard system to support ice hockey at the arena. The Council also considered a contract for folding chairs and storage pallets. A vote could happen next week. Now, it's all part of the overall $300 million budget for the project, which include tearing down the Civic Center. The mayor says he is still optimistic the new arena will be open in time for the 2027 Mardi Gras season. The mayor said he checks on the progress every day. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeart radio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. President Trump says the United States is going to allow American oil companies to enter Venezuela and rebuild drilling infrastructure after U.S. forces captured their president, Nicolas Maduro, this weekend. Secretary of the Interior, Doug Burgum on Fox says,
if you're in the refining sector, this is great news. It's great news for jobs. It's great news for gas prices going forward. It's great news for America, and it's great news for Venezuela, because Venezuela has an opportunity now to actually have capital come in and rebuild their economy.
Energy Secretary Chris Wright will meet with oil executives this week at the Goldman Sachs Energy Conference. On Fox, it was Delaware Senator Chris Coons says the operation to capture Maduro sets a dangerous precedent for America's enemies.
What's to stop communist China from using the exact same example and saying, okay, our courts have declared the president of Taiwan a criminal. We're going to go in there, kidnap him, bring him back to stand trial.
America's listening to Fox News.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking on YouTube. Going to be back on the radio here in a little less than 3 minutes. Hello to Steve. Make it stick. Thanks for looking in, Steve. Richard Harvey, hello to you. Pat Nelly. And Pat, thank you for listening on AM radio. I appreciate that very, very much. We do have a caller waiting. I think it's Cliff. I think we'll get our first Cliff call of 2026 when we come back from the break. Let's see, today, Wednesday, also National Bean Day. Yeah, today is National Bean Day. And I don't know why it's all beans and not a specific bean, because people are very picky about their beans. You're probably very picky about which beans you will consume and which beans you will not. But it's it's every bean. National Bean Day. It is also National Smith Day, to celebrate people with the last name Smith. It is the most common last name in the United States and in the United Kingdom. And there's also lots of them in Germany, Ireland, Scotland, Canada, and Australia. What other useless information? I'm sure I've got a lot of very useless things in my head I can tell you about. I know you've seen the little free libraries, the little boxes that people have outside their houses in some neighborhoods where you can go up and get a book out of the box. You've seen these libraries. There are several of them in Midtown near where I live. Now, there are people around the country starting to do it with DVDs and VHS tapes. They're calling it free blockbusters. I predict that it's going to cause trouble. That's going to cause trouble.
Visit hfotusa.org.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:35. You can also hear me Monday through Friday on FM radio on 95 KSJ, playing today's hottest country. I'll be there tomorrow from 10 to 2, playing Morgan Wallen and Luke Bryan and additional Morgan Wallen. Telephone number, if you'd like to call in, talk to me, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Hello, caller.
Hey, good evening, Uncle Henry.
Cliff, you are live on the radio.
Uncle Henry, I want to say happy belated New Year's to everybody. I hope this year will be better and greater for everybody, and everybody will be blessed.
Amen.
Uncle Henry.
Yeah.
On that... they want to get everybody to write in about, what's wrong with this city. Couldn't they just go on the old list? Because half this stuff hadn't been addressed yet.
That is, yes, of course they could, but this is, there's, people need jobs doing studies and things, right?
I was just going to say the city needs to give away a little money on this. As I'm listening at our really smart Democrats, Uncle Henry.
Yes.
About what Trump did. Trump saved the country $25 million.
Oh, with the bounty?
Yeah, Joe Biden put that thing out 3 or 4 years ago.
Yes.
And then now everybody, all these Democrats, man, I say, see, these some evil, low-down people. All these people talking about, he shouldn't have did it, he wasn't supposed to do that. Yes, he was. It was already out there. He just went and got it. But now they want to look like their hands are clean again, just like the shutdown. How stupid are these people?
Well, I don't know if they're stupid or if they're just counting on other stupid people listening to them.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that my uncle and them used to say. Either the politicians that are saying that are either fools, or they think everybody listening at them are fools. You have a blessed day, Uncle Henry.
Thank you, Cliff. You have a blessed day, too, as well. 251-479-2723 is a telephone number to call. Yes, I think a few hours after Maduro was captured, I was already seeing videos from a few years ago where Democrats were criticizing Trump for not getting Maduro. There was one video of, I saw Chuck Schumer being very critical of Donald Trump, I guess toward the end of his first term, for not doing anything about Maduro. And I know you've heard about how the Biden administration had already put out a $25 million bounty on Maduro. So, yes, it just, knowing that and knowing that all that video is out there, I've watched a lot of videos of Democrats saying how horrible Maduro was, back when it was okay to say that Maduro was horrible. It just makes the story funnier to me. Whenever you hear the complaints of the freak Democrats in charge up there in the Congress of whatever they're in charge of, it's just fun. It amuses me knowing that they can change their position that fast. Speaking of all these big global things, I am really enjoying the Greenland story. I'm enjoying the President Trump looking for a way to get Greenland, looking to put together a deal with the people that live there. I'm enjoying that it's upsetting Denmark. By the way, I have nothing against Denmark, but I'm enjoying that they're getting upset about it. Just enjoying the Greenland story tremendously. But when you look at Greenland, you may wonder, what would we want that for? I know you've probably heard about the strategic value for the United States. If we were to have a military base there, like an Air Force base, a Navy base, Russia and China do a lot in that part of the world. And so a big part of this would be strategically to have some bases up there. But it turns out that Greenland has one of the largest amounts of rare earth minerals on the planet. Right now, China controls about 70%, anywhere between 70 to 90% are the figures I've seen of rare earth, both the minerals and the production. China 70 to 90%. But that would change dramatically if just hypothetically the United States worked out some kind of a deal with Greenland. What would it do for the entire world? Just forget our own interests for a moment, even though I would like to be America first completely and totally. But think about the benefit to the rest of the world if they didn't have to go to China. If they didn't have to deal with China for the rare earth minerals that are used in all of this high-tech stuff. It'd be nice. It'd be nice if the United States had about the same amount of rare earth minerals, wouldn't it? Or control of. And then also, you look at Greenland, they got a lot of potential oil and natural gas. A lot of it has not been, they haven't gotten to it for a lot of reasons up there. But they have got a lot of natural resources up there in Greenland that it would be very nice to either have them or control them. It just would be very nice. It really would. So I can understand why President Trump would want to wheel and deal and try and get our claws into Greenland. Now, if Denmark is upset, and I know they are, they've been releasing all these statements saying how horrible it is, and please leave Greenland alone. Greenland is a part of the kingdom of Denmark or something like that. Well, couldn't we trade them something? We got a lot of nice stuff. We've got some very nice territories and commonwealths and things. What if we just tried? What if we traded Puerto Rico? Yeah, now Puerto Rico's beautiful. What a wonderful place, wonderful people. What if we just offered a straight up trade? Hey, we know you like Greenland. We've noticed, Denmark, you love Greenland. You don't want us to have it, but you don't seem to be doing much with it. It's just sitting there. All these rare earth minerals, all the other things. By the way, the mineral wealth. I didn't mention the gold, the zinc, all the other stuff. Greenland's just there. It's just laying there. You ain't doing much with it. Why don't we just let you take over Puerto Rico, Denmark? It's beautiful. You can go vacation down there. Everybody that gets tired of all the snow can get out of Denmark and go hang out in Puerto Rico for a while. It's just very beautiful down there. You can go fishing, great fishing. Not a lot of natural resources, though. You don't have the oil and the gas and the rare earth minerals and stuff like that. But why not just do some kind of a trade? Say, hey, we'll take Greenland. You take Puerto Rico. We'll everybody in Greenland can get some cash to make them feel good about it. I love the idea that this is all in play. And, of course, nothing may come of any of it. But it's fun to think about what could be. Would the world be better off if China didn't have the stranglehold on all the rare earth minerals? Back with more Uncle Henry Show after the break. Here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Watch for a crash with road blockage in Milton, Highway 90 at 5th Avenue. Also a crash with road blockage, Lillian Highway at Horn Street in Pensacola. And we also have slowing on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, 48-minute drive. With time saver traffic, I'm Lisa Bakke.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking in on YouTube. Going to be back on the radio here in just a moment. Right now, I'm trying to adjust the broadcast log so that everything goes the way it should. And there, adjustments made. All right, back with you. Hello to Pat Nelly. The Mad Truck. Happy New Year to the Mad Trucker. The Mad Truck. We might. I'd like a. How many clams did you win or lose during the college football season, Mad Trucker? Hey, it's Make It Stick Steve. You ought to call in one day this week to promote your singing at Turning Point Church. Hello to Love Freak 69. Hello to you. Thank you for saying hello. Now, I was looking at, by the way, the Mobile County Safe Streets and Roads survey. If you haven't gone there already, it only takes 2 to 3 minutes to fill out the survey. It asks you, what do you think are the biggest behavioral safety concerns in Mobile County? And it has a list like speeding, distracted driving, driving under the influence, running red lights, all that kind of stuff. The next question is, what do you think are the biggest roadway infrastructure concerns in Mobile County? And it's got a long list of stuff like work zones, lighting, heavy trucks, school crossings, pavement conditions, blah, blah, blah. It's also got an area where you can list an additional roadway safety concern that is not listed. Then it's got a map where you can find an address and add it and let them know that you think that there's a big traffic problem at a specific location on a map, and it lets you write out what you think the safety concern is. It asks you how you think what criteria do you think should be considered when prioritizing these projects? And after that, all it wants to know is what zip code are you in? What zip code do you work in? How old are you? What's your primary mode of transportation? And all that kind of stuff. Please take the survey. MobileMPO.org. MobileMPO.org to get the survey. Oh, the mad trucker never betting on Alabama again. You know, I'm not a betting man. Don't make those bets, but it would take the fun out of it for me. I know a lot of people bet to make it more fun. It would do the opposite to me. It would do the opposite to me.
To Red Pilled America. I get it. You must have pronouns in your bio. Because if you don't, then you should be listening to Red Pilled America. It's a storytelling show for patriots. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:50. We have news headlines coming up in 10 minutes, and then more Uncle Henry Show. Now, I see I've gotten a voicemail that has been phoned in during. Instead of calling the show live, somebody is calling the voicemail instead of calling in live. Voicemail number 251-216-1976, 251-216-1976 to leave a message. Let me go to this voicemail that was phoned in just a few minutes ago.
Hey, it's Pat and Ellie. Hope you're having a great afternoon. Hey, listen, I hope you enjoyed all the festivities over the holidays and there was no events. However, I did hear that somebody barricaded themselves in a house and ambushed a police officer here in Midtown. That's frightening. Anyway.
And yes, by the way, the Mayor Spiro, and the Mobile City Council, they had kind words for that officer that was shot and offered prayers for the officer and his family. So that was all at today's Mobile City Council meeting. You can watch that on the City of Mobile YouTube channel.
I'm glad it's over. I forgot what day it was, but the reason why I called in, I was thinking as I was writing down old government. You know, it's like a war zone on that street. And I was thinking, how much time and how much money would it cost just to pave that little section from airport to the cannon? And I figured I'd call in so them goobers that are in office would hear this, because it seems like every time I make a complaint, either on their Facebook page or on your show, they go fix stuff. But that whole section, it would tear your dang car up going through there. Anyway, I hope Mr. Cheerios hears this, and that you have a great evening. And roll Tide.
Roll Tide, roll. Thank you very much, Pat, for your phone call. I appreciate that very much. Again, the voicemail number is 251-216-1976. And I live in Midtown near where you're talking about, and yes, there are streets, and there are streets in many neighborhoods around Mobile that have been in disrepair for a couple of generations. It's been talked about on this show a lot. There are streets in this town that I wonder how you get your house sold. If you put your house up for sale, how would that work when the street is just in horrible shape constantly and has been for years? Anyway, that is our eternal hope. The listeners of the Uncle Henry Show, I think, agree with me that we would love to have better infrastructure. And I know they're working on it, but after many, many, many decades of ignoring the infrastructure issues, it's going to take decades to catch up to where they need to be. Let's see. While I've got time, I got another voicemail that has to do with the flu. We've got really rough flu going on right now.
Andrew, this here's different. Henry, watching Fox 10 News, and man, every time I watch it, I sure do miss John Ed Thompson. Greatest Mobile weatherman that ever graced the airwaves of the Mobile media market. But anyway, Henry, I didn't call about that, but can't help but think of John Ed Thompson when you see Fox 10 News. But Henry, they say there's a new danger variant of the flu. Some sort of H2N3,4-LMNOP variant. Anyway, Henry, I take the flu very seriously. I used to not care about it. Used to refuse to get the flu shot. But Henry, the flu put me on a ventilator half a decade ago, and that'll change your perspective. But Henry, I ain't going to tell you to get the flu shot or not. I get it, but I only get it from a very old school trusted pharmacist. But anyway, Henry, the best part about avoiding the flu, and I work with the public for a living, is to avoid nasty people. That's right, Henry. Social distance yourself from nasty people and nasty little children especially. Henry, you know the little children that run around with runny noses and drooling all over their faces and stuff, and their parents don't do a good job of keeping them clean and sanitary. Henry, stay away from nasty people and anybody with the sniffles. You'll be all right. But Henry, you better take special caution in your elderly state. The flu could take you out. It can take any of us out, Henry, but especially the elderly. So if you're a nasty person, stay away from the elderly. Anyway, Henry, you have a good day.
All right. I think that's good advice. Stay away from nasty people. There's more to come. The Uncle Henry Show continues after the news break here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Lobby. 5 years to the day after the riot at the Capitol, and there are still arguments about what really went down on January 6th, 2021. President Trump's own Justice Department launched the largest criminal prosecution in American history. The feds charged 1,500 people with crimes ranging from trespassing.
YouTube viewers, thank you for watching. I'm turning the camera off now. I'm turning it back on tomorrow at 5. Have a wonderful, wonderful, pleasant evening and pleasant tomorrow.
who hold high-level positions of significance in the executive branch, and detailed the threats to public safety posed by the hundreds of violent felons who were pardoned by the president. The president argued that many of the defendants were innocent and some held in inhumane conditions. President Trump also argued that his own FBI placed nearly 300 undercover